Yep. Tonight on UI7 News, we will bring you the latest on the Florida school shooting.
An update on GEO's preparation for their upcoming strike.
And don't miss what one special judge did on Valentine's Day.
UI7 News starts now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, UI7 News, your U of I news source.
Hello, I'm Kane Walters.
And I'm Kelly Walker, and welcome to this week's edition of UI7 News.
More details are emerging today in the aftermath of the Florida high school shooting. Police say Nicholas Cruz has confessed to being the shooter at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. 17 people are dead, while a number of others are still hospitalized. Authorities were warned that the suspect was a potential danger prior to the shooting. 19-year-old Cruz made multiple social media posts that were reported to the FBI 5 months prior to the massacre. These messages within his post include his aspirations to become a professional school shooter. Cruz was expelled from the school and was described by former classmates as a loner with a temper.
Among the 17 dead was geography teacher Scott Beagle. Beagle died as he tried to escort students into his classroom for safety from the shooting breaking out. Kelsey Friend was one of his students.
My geography teacher unlocked the door and I had ran in thinking he was behind me, but he was not.
What happened to your teacher?
He unfortunately passed away in the doorway of our classroom.
Did you see him get shot?
I did not. I heard the gunshots and I've heard the shooter walk down the hallway shooting more kids. I've heard a young man crying for his mother dying. And it was just hard because you don't imagine this happening to you. You see it on the news, you see it everywhere, and you don't think this is not good. You think it's not going to happen to you, but until it happens, you're just like, this is terrible.
It is that as students began to flee, he discarded his AR-15 and vest in order to blend in with the crowd. With Governor Reiner's new budget proposal calls for the University of Illinois to pay more into the pension plan and health insurance for employees. UI7 News' Anaja Smith talked to one professor who predicts how U of I may have to manage its money in the future if the budget passes.
Our reforms must begin with pensions and employee group health expenses. They now consume more than 25 cents of every dollar the state spends.
Governor Bruce Rauner proposed a new budget for the state, and one teacher on U of I's campus explains how it will directly affect faculty.
For workers over the coming year, as well as their health benefits, then that would be what the school systems and the universities would now be responsible for.
These benefits could even lead to some program cuts. Panacci says the ones that are staying should be up to the students.
Over time, student demands shift to different programs, and so one needs to be able to, the university needs to be able to respond to that.
Although Governor Rauner's new budget proposal may affect some faculty at the U of I, some students have their concerns as well.
Different activities and like RSO, like clubs in like Geese College of Business, we have so many of them, and like I think like every RSO just needs its own advisor. So just like having like a lot of faculty leaves just will, they will totally impact the students too.
If there's no professor for these classes, then maybe potentially TAs will lose their job too, because there's no position for them to TA anymore, and then they're gonna have to find a new job. So I think it's kind of like a trickle effect.
In Champaign, I'm Anaja Smith, UI7 News.
Moving on to campus news, the Graduate Employees Organization, GEO, continues to bargain with the university for a new contract. UI7's Sarah Olin has more.
Today, these GEO members are only practicing for a larger event that could come this week. The Graduate Employees Organization held a practice picket during the bargaining session inside this building. Members want to reach a deal with the university for fair contracts. GEO Grievance Officer Bruce Covenant explains the goal.
For us, our two main priorities are financial stability and maintaining tuition waivers. So,
if the GEO and university do not reach a deal, the GEO warns they will go on strike starting February 26th. Three-year member Ben Duvry hopes this deal will help support his chronically ill wife.
Without like the sort of premiums that the university provides, like the premium coverage that they provide, we get priced out of here so fast.
Duvry took to Twitter before the picket to post an open letter to the university.
Stakeholders going from
also this week on Twitter, UIUC's GEO uncovered a strike manual posted by the university. This sets certain guidelines protesters must follow in order to be
and it kind of shows with how little respect the administration treats graduate employees and the sort of misinformation they give.
Meanwhile, on the university's campus, students must grapple with their TAs possibly leaving class. One student, Samit Bakaria, says students might have more responsibility.
And I feel like the onus is a lot on students to actually, like go back and review what they do in lecture and what they teach you.
Smaller classes solely taught by a TA might have a different fate. Students worried about class should look in the GEO's social media for updates on the deal. In Champaign, I'm Sarah Olin, UI7 News.
An immigration bill to help protect Dreamers came up short in the Senate today. The vote was 54 to 45 in favor, but that was short of the 60 that were needed for approval. 8 Republicans went against their party and voted for the bill, while 3 Democrats opposed the bill. President Trump had already said he planned to veto the bill if it made its way to his desk. Chamber planned to vote next on a plan created by Trump that would restrict legal immigration. Democrats strongly opposed it and made it clear that there is virtually no chance for passage.
Visitor records to the White House will soon be released to the public. Public Citizens, a progressive consumer rights advocacy group, filed a Freedom of Information Act for the Trump administration to release their visitor records. In nearly a year since he took office, President Trump has kept his public records to himself, such as tax returns. Their visitor logs are expected to be posted in 2 months.
Tonight, the much-awaited Black Panther movie will open nationwide. We'll tell you how popular it is locally after the break.
Also, we'll take a look into what a local judge did to spread the love on Valentine's Day.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Hi! Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Good morning, Illini. Welcome to another fun-packed season. and we are getting started again Friday at 9 a.m.
GMI is a show for students created by students.
We want you to get involved.
You can follow us on Twitter, plus give our GMI page a like on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page, where you can always see GMI live streaming Fridays at 9 a.m.
And don't forget to tune in for our spring premiere February 16th at 9 a.m.
Good morning, Illini.
The issues regarding DACA and the Trump administration have a large impact on many people on the campus. The La Casa Cultura Latina is one of many great resources to go to if anyone is looking for support during this important time or any difficult time in their life.
This building, full of bright colors and beautiful decor, is called La Casa Cultura Latina, or La Casa for short. It is home to many events and programs that reflect and support the Latina culture. One example being this self-care workshop where they showed students how to make bath bombs and essential oils for relaxation.
Kind of rub a little bit.
Assistant Director of La Casa Cultura Latina, Araceli Diaz, says she has noticed a higher attendance at their events since the 2017 school year started.
There was a lot of heaviness on this campus, and so we were trying as much as possible just to let students know that we are a safe space. We changed some of our programming and some of the things on our newsletter to just let students know if you want to take action, these are the different trainings you could go to.
La Casa holds events like these with the students' well-being in mind. Events here at La Casa Cultura Latina attract upwards of 50 students per week. One student, Violeta Montanez, was introduced to La Casa when she was a senior in high school, just visiting the U of I campus.
Coming to La Casa reminds me of home because it's like welcoming here. I come in, I feel so relieved and stress relieved.
Student staff member Daisy Moran says La Casa wants to help students who might be struggling.
So this is more of remembering to take care of yourself first, so then you can work on other things, because you can't pour from an empty glass. That's what I always say.
It is clear that La Casa has changed many students' lives.
La Casa is my home, and I'm really happy to say that. Yeah.
I'm Kelly Rice, UI7 News.
Prosecutors handling the kidnapping case of Ying Zhang say they've held talks of a possible plea deal with a former U of I grad student accused in a connection with her disappearance. Brent Christensen is being held in Macon County Jail in Decatur. Prosecutors have talked of the possibility of seeking the death penalty for Christensen, who allegedly tortured Zhang before killing her.
Tomorrow, February 16th, marks the first day of the Lunar New Year, the Year of the Dog. Several Asian student organizations are preparing for the New Year celebration. Alma Mater will be dressed up red tomorrow morning. Those who believe in the influence of the zodiac say the Year of the Dog, people will fight for causes they believe in, which could manifest as large-scale political movements or sometimes as simple as small acts of kindness. Tomorrow evening, a Lunar New Year festival will be hosted by 5 Asian student organizations. The festival will be held at the YMCA from 6 to 9 p.m. There will be traditional food, games, DJ, and performances.
Funeral services for slain Chicago Police Commander Paul Bauer will take place at the Nativity of Our Lord Catholic Church in Chicago's Bridgeport neighborhood this Friday and Saturday. His wake will be held from 3 to 9 on Friday, with his funeral the next morning at 10 a.m. Bauer was shot near the Thompson Center while pursuing a suspect whom police wanted to question. The suspect, Shamari Leggett, opened fire on Bauer as they neared Lower Wacker Drive. Bauer was transported to the Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he passed away from gunshot wounds.
Black Panther, the newest Marvel comic superhero movie, hits record-breaking numbers of pre-sale tickets. Black Panther has exceeded the pre-sale ticket amount of any Marvel feature movie. One local theater reports that Black Panther has already sold over 1,000 pre-sale tickets. Those ticket sales are triple the numbers sold for Wonder Woman. Star Wars The Last Jedi sold just over 2,000 tickets. The theater believes that the Black Panther sales will come close to meeting, if not exceeding, pre-sale tickets set by The Last Jedi.
McDonald's is implementing some big changes to their kids menu, but don't worry, these changes won't be in effect until 2022. The biggest change to the kids menu is that cheeseburgers will no longer be available, which means the only options will be a hamburger or 4 or 6-piece chicken nuggets. Bottled water is also being added to the menu as a drink option, and the chocolate milk is being modified with less sugar and a smaller portion of fries. McDonald's says it wants to reinforce responsible marketing to children, and the American Heart Association called this a step in the right direction.
Valentine's Day brought more than just a box of chocolates for 6 lucky couples yesterday. UI7's Bianca Reyes is there when couples exchanged their vows.
The Champaign Courthouse opened its doors to love for their annual Valentine's Day ceremony. Judge Randall Rosenbaum wanted to make the romantic day just a little more special.
I think when people come into the courthouse, they never really know what to expect for a wedding. Sometimes people come in jeans and it's just the man and woman. Sometimes they dress to the tens with family and friends. I don't think they're expecting anything special today because it's Valentine's Day, so I hope to surprise a lot of them.
Judge Rosenbaum says a majority of his day as a family law judge is spent dealing with bad things. From divorce cases to child custody disputes, his job often splits people apart. Judge Rosenbaum says his happiest days are spent bringing families together.
To love, honor, and cherish in sickness and in health, so long as you both shall live.
I do. Marriage and family therapist Suzanne Martinez offers her professional advice to these newlyweds on their special day. She stresses that communication is key. Martinez says as marriage rates begin to level off, the marriage therapist profession is being utilized more.
Marriage and family therapists are not well known in Champaign. When I came here 18 years ago, they said, what is an LMFT? Our education is a lot about development, a lot of psychotherapy.
Martinez says although studies have proven that marriages that occur on national holidays are more likely to end prematurely, she thinks love prevails above all.
Commitment between people should not be entered into lightly, but with serious minds yet joyful hearts.
The courthouse held nearly double the amount of usual ceremonies, including 6 marriages and 1 civil partnership. In Champaign, I'm Bianca Reyes, UI7 News.
The weather didn't stop those couples from saying I do, but it may stop others from wanting to go out.
It almost stopped me this morning, but the rain doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon, and unfortunately, I'm quite ready for it to be over.
Yeah, I'm tired of these packed buses because everyone's running for the bus because it's all nasty outside.
And no one wants to get wet. Everyone was ready for the snow to leave, and now the rain is here, and it doesn't seem to be leaving anytime soon. Are you ready for summer, Kane?
Yes, anytime now.
All right.
Bianca Reyes will join us with a full forecast. Cole Hinkey will also be stopping by to give us the latest on sports when we return after the break.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Well, you can put away your snow boots for the weekend, but you might need your rain boots instead. Bianca Reyes has the forecast.
Good evening, Champaign-Urbana. It's been a pretty rainy day today, but this does come with some warmer temperatures. So if we go ahead and take a look at our local forecast, we'll see that we're sitting exactly at 60 degrees today, Rantoul at 56, and Mattoon down at 61. Bloomington Normal is seeing 57 today, and Decatur at 62. If we go ahead and look at Midwest temperatures, we'll see Chicago's at 46, Davenport at 49, and Indianapolis at 70. But if you go ahead down here and take a look at St. Louis, they're sitting at 78 degrees right now, and that's unusually high for this time of year. Those are usually temperatures we see over in Miami, so if you're considering traveling for spring break, that could be something you want to consider. But if we do go ahead, take a look at these national temperatures, Miami is sitting at 81, Atlanta at 64, Cleveland at 60, and Dallas at 70. But if you look up towards the north, you'll see Seattle sitting at 43 and Helena at 15. So that means these colder temperatures will push down and cool off some of these warmer southern states here. If we take a look at tonight's temperature, it will be a low of 29 and it'll be mostly cloudy with winds coming in 14 miles per hour from the north-northwest. Tomorrow, you'll see a high of 34, still kind of cloudy, but winds will be coming in 16 miles per hour from the north-northwest. And then, of course, if you take a look at our 5-day forecast, this rain will follow us a little bit into the week, with it raining mostly Friday through the Sunday. Sunday, we will see the sun come out a little bit, but this comes with some showers in the late afternoon. On Monday, we do have a possible thunderstorm, and Tuesday will be mostly cloudy through that 56 high of the morning, but once the temperatures do drop to 29, we will see a mixture of some rain and snow, so the roads might be slick. Well, although we do have some rain and some snow coming our way in the future, I think I'll take a bit of bad weather for some warmer weather and some warmer temperatures.
I absolutely agree with you, and thank you, Bianca, for joining us.
Coming up on sports here, we have a recap of the Illinois basketball game against Indiana last night, as well as the latest news when it comes to Illini track and field, and an update on the Olympics.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
So we were walking to school. I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
haven't been paying attention, the Illinois men's basketball team has been struggling lately. Last night they played Indiana, and the Illini led for the first 9 minutes, but they never got that lead back. In the end, it was just more of the same as the Hoosiers took down the Illini 78-68. LaRon Black led the charge for the Illini, scoring 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting, but nobody else could contribute at the same pace. Freshman guard Trent Frazier, who has been filling the box score lately, put up 12 points on 5 of 14 shooting. It was also the first game since the Illini played Michigan State on January 22nd that Frazier did not hit a three. Head coach Brad Underwood was optimistic, though, following the loss. He said, quote, "If we play this way on Sunday in front of our home fans, they're going to enjoy watching it. I liked a lot of the things we did. Tonight was a night of growth." The Illini only have 4 games left in the regular season, 2 of which are against top 10 opponents. If the Illini want to have a chance, though, they're going to have to step it up on the defensive end. As it stands after the Indiana game, the Illini rank 305th in opponents' field goal percentage and 344th in fouls per game. If that doesn't sound bad enough, to put it in perspective, there are only 351 teams in Division I basketball. The Illini's next game is against Nebraska on Sunday afternoon. Last time the Illini played the Cornhuskers, they lost on a buzzer beater 3. The men's track and field team will be staying in Champaign this weekend for the annual Orange and Blue Open. It is one of the 2 home meets per season for the Illini, who have been solid all season long, but sophomore John Davis has been snagging headlines more so than anybody. Last weekend, Davis broke the school record in the 3K race with a time of 7 minutes and 49 seconds. That's a little bit under 2 miles, just barely, in under 8 minutes. The field Davis was competing in, though, was just as strong, however, and Davis finished 3rd place in the race. If you think that is impressive, you should check out what Davis has been doing all season long, though. The kid ran a mile in under 4 minutes just a few weeks ago. But he is not the only one showing up for the Illini this season. While his teammates will be competing in Champaign on Saturday, Illini Jonathan Wells will be competing at the 2018 United States Track and Field Indoor Championships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Wells will be accompanied by former Illini Joey McCasey. Wells will be competing in the long jump, while McCasey will be racing in the 800 meters. Illinois men's golf is getting ready to start another season, and it seems like everybody is expecting senior Dylan Meyer to put on a show. Meyer was named to the Ben Hogan Award watch list this week, which means he's one of 27 golfers named to possibly be the country's best golfer. The list of 10 semifinalists will be unveiled on April 17th. It is once again time for Champaign to host the IHSA State Wrestling Tournament. Starting today and lasting all weekend, the State Farm Center will be full of the state's best high school wrestlers, all vying for the title. Director of Sports and Special Events Ryan Reed had this to say about the event.
Well, we're bringing in $3.5 million worth of economic impact. It's the estimated impact that comes off of that. So if a server at a bar or a bartender makes extra money, they might say, I'm going to go buy that computer I need, or I'm going to go buy that car that I've been waiting to buy because I've made this extra money when all these events are in town.
The individual state finals will be Saturday, while the dual team tournament will be on Sunday. We are going to close this out with an update from Pyeongchang. We are almost through week 1 of the 2018 Winter Olympics, and we got a medal count for you here. Currently, Norway is in first with 17, and Germany and Canada are close behind. The United States is sitting in 5th place overall with 8 total medals, 5 of which are gold. And if you're going to watch anybody at the Olympics today, watch Michaela Schifrin in the women's slalom. As one of the American athletes to watch at the Olympics this year, she already has 1 gold around her neck, and she has the opportunity for 3 more. That's it for sports. Back to you.
Germany beating out the United States in the Winter Olympics is not something I want to hear, but one thing we should do, we should bring back Cole Hankey to the show because I've heard some interesting things about the Cubs.
Yeah, well, spring training starting up soon, but with the disaster that happened in Florida this weekend, or last night, Anthony Rizzo actually attended that high school back in Florida, and he actually left spring training to go back to his school and help out in the community there. He had left right before the shooting actually happened, and while he was on his way, the news broke. And it's just a terrible tragedy when that happens, and it's just one of those things where sports really, crosses paths with the real world, and it shows where his priorities are at when he's just going to go and he's going to help people out.
I also heard that he raised an impressive $100,000, but thank you for giving us that information. We want to thank everyone for watching tonight's edition of UI7 News, and thank you both for joining us.
We'll be back next Thursday with another edition of UI7 News.
Good night. He said ad-lib.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't.